Welcome back to our Plan Set 5 project here in SketchUp for Schools. And in SketchUp, there's really no hard tool to learn how to use. However, the hardest tool that it takes people getting used to is the Follow Me tool. And so the Follow Me tool is underneath your push-pull tool, and it's located right here. And basically the Follow Me tool allows you to create a shape, and it allows you that shape to follow a given path. So we're going to use this as a way to create all of our door frames and window frames in our windows themselves. So to begin with, I'm over here on the left side window, and I'm first going to right click my wall group and click lock. That's going to lock that wall group and allow us to not be able to change that group. The next thing we want to do is we're going to draw out exactly how to draw out our shape. So I'm going to go out 0.5, going to create a line here that's also 0.5, and we're going to go this way 3 inches. We can do the same thing over here. Let's go and draw out this line right here. Again, make sure that our lines are always red, green, or blue. 0.5. And now we're going to connect all of the dots. So take your rectangle tool, we'll draw one there. If you misclick somewheres, hit escape on your keyboard and that will undo it. Come over here and we will draw one there and another rectangle right here. Now, right now these are 3 different rectangles. We need to make that one complete shape. So take your eraser tool, and this is why we locked this layer. We come in here and want to erase those 2 lines. If this was not locked, then that we would erase that as well because the line would erase. So that's why you have to lock this. If you did it correctly, if you click on that, the whole entire thing will select. What we want to do is triple click on it, and we want to just hit your up arrow key with the move tool, and we're simply going to move it up about halfway. It doesn't really matter as long as it's not on the bottom. Now, your Follow Me tool works if you're going all the way around, which we are here in this window, pull it up to about halfway. If we are doing something like a door where we're only going to have this on 3 sides, then we will need to have our shape at the very bottom. And so you'll see that whenever we do our door here in our next episode. The next thing we want to do is we're going to draw in the line that we're going to go around. And so to do that, I'm going to select my rectangle tool, click from corner to corner. It will fill in the space. Hit your spacebar key, select one time the face itself, and then hit delete. After we deleted our face, so we've deleted our face here, we have our edges still there. So we need to select those edges. Before we select those edges, because we're in SketchUp for Schools, one of the things that we have to do is we need to make sure that that Follow Me tool is currently selected, that it's the first icon there. Because what happens is we select our lines, and then we come over here and we have to click on this in order to get to the Follow Me. Once we click on something else, it doesn't work anymore. So go in here and have your follow me tool up at the very beginning. Then come over here and you can either click individually all of the corners or all the sides, or we can triple click. Triple click so that we select all the edges, hold down shift, double click on this face, and that will deselect that but have all the other lines selected. So that is one option, or you can come in here and click individually the lines, holding down shift and selecting all of the edges. Either way works. It's whatever is your preference. Once you have all of them selected, it needs to be all the way around, select your follow me tool and then click on the face of your object. And there we have our trim around our window. You can kind of see that we have both sides of our window there. Here we're simply just going to make a solid pane window. So take your tape measure tool. We're going to just find the midpoint of this right here, which is that little turquoise dot. And for you, it should be there 3.5 inches. And we're just going to go to the left towards the outside, 1/2 inch. Take your rectangle tool and draw in a rectangle from one side to the other. Select your P key for your push-pull tool, and we're simply going to pull this up, hover over the very top, and select. Now, before we go, we want to go ahead and turn this into glass. So click on your paint bucket tool. That's going to bring up your materials over here on the right. Select this icon right here, which is our browse, and this brings up all of the different options that we have for textures and materials. For glass, we want to click on the glass and mirrors, and now you have all of these options. If you click on them, it'll tell you what they are up here at the very top. So this is mirror 2, this is mirror 1, translucent glass. And so we're simply going to click on one of these. So I'm going to do the sky reflection, or you can also do gray. So let's do gray. We're going to click on one side. That doesn't really do much. However, when we go over to the other side, click on it, and now we can see through our window. I'm going to triple click, right click, and I'm going to make this a component. And there is our window. I'm going to go ahead and delete my guides, and let's go over to our small little bathroom window here, and let's go ahead and do the same thing. So again, it's still locked. Take our tape measure, and I'm simply going to draw in our 1/2 inch measurements. And then we have our 3-inch measurement here. Draw in our rectangle or all three of our rectangles. And erase the two lines. One thing that we want to do that will save you time, if we click on this, take your move tool. Again, we're going to move this up off of the corner, but let's go ahead and click on the control and actually let's bring it over out of the way. And now we have a shape that we can then use on these other windows. We can simply just come over here, drag it over here, and really quickly create our shapes that we need. So that is one thing that you can do to really speed up the process, because we can actually also use these for around the doors as well. So here, again, we're going to draw in our shape. Select your space bar, delete that middle face. Going to triple click on that, so that's going to select this as well as all the shapes, and if we kind of move, you can kind of see where it's turned blue. Hold down shift, double click on the face there. That's going to delete, that's going to deselect the face as well as the edges around that shape. So that's why we go with a double click. Make sure the follow me tool is selected, and let's try this again. Follow me and click. Let's find our midpoint, 0.5, and draw in our glass. Your paint bucket tool, I already have the gray glass, and so I'm just going to paint both sides of that in order to create our window. Right click, make that a component, and bathroom window. Now we're making all of these components, although there's only going to be one window here. That's this size. We could come in here and make that a group. However, as you get into creating bigger houses and everything, a lot of times you're going to use the same windows over and over again. Like we have two of the same windows over here. A lot of times you'll use the same windows over and over again. This is a small house, so it's not really the case. But now we have that as our window. So on your own, come in here and use our shape here and create our two windows over on the far side. We'll create on your own, create these windows here and this window here. And when we come back in our next episode, we're going to use this shape again in order to create the trim for all of the doors. And we'll modify it a little bit. So make sure you save your progress, and I will see you all next video.